Title: My 6-year-old was abandoned at Disney by my ex-wife and her new family. They laughed it off. They didn't know what was coming. Chapter 1. The shocking call. I was tightening a loose screw on a kitchen cabinet when my phone vibrated. The screen flashed, Disney Guest Services. Thinking it was a spam call, I almost ignored it, but something made me answer. A woman's voice, calm but urgent, came through. "Mr. Carter, this is Disney staff. Your son is safe at our lost and found, but he says he can't find his family." My heart sank. "Safe? What do you mean he can't find them?" "He's with his mother." A pause. "Sir, he says they left him." I stumbled outside, gripping the phone, my mind racing. Then a small, quivering voice broke through. "Dad, they left me. They said they were going on big rides, but I waited and they went home." My chest tightened. My 6-year-old was alone, 2 hours from home, in the chaos of a massive theme park. I dialed my ex-wife immediately. She picked up, her voice dripping with fake cheer. "Oh, whoops, didn't even notice," she giggled. Her new husband laughed in the background. "Good kids don't wander off," he mocked. I swallowed my rage. "Keep your phone close," I said icily. "We're not done." They thought it was a joke. They thought I'd let it slide. They were wrong. Chapter 2. Quiet strategy. I didn't scream or make threats. True revenge is silent, precise, and devastating. I drove to Disney, my mind mapping out every move I could make, legal, personal, and otherwise. When I arrived, my son was with a staff member, holding a soggy ice cream cone and his tiny backpack. When he saw me, his eyes welled up. "I knew you'd come, Dad," he whispered. I held him close, keeping my anger hidden for his sake. But inside, I was a hurricane. That night, while my son slept soundly, I sat at my desk and started working. No lawyers yet, just contacts. Old colleagues, a buddy in the sheriff's office, a neighbor who worked at the courthouse. By dawn, I had everything. A paper trail of my ex's missed child support payments, proof of her negligence, and Disney's willingness to share security footage. One key detail she'd overlooked: a court order forbidding her from taking our son out of state without my consent. She just handed me a loaded weapon, and I was ready to fire. Chapter 3. The ambush. 2 days later, I filed an emergency custody motion. The judge, after reviewing Disney's footage of my son alone and terrified, issued a temporary order in my favor immediately. I didn't warn her. I wanted her to learn the hard way, publicly, painfully. That weekend, my ex-wife threw a lavish backyard party. Her friends, her parents, her arrogant new husband, all there, sipping cocktails and grilling steaks. She flaunted it online with captions like "Best life ever." As they laughed by the pool, 2 sheriff's deputies strolled through the gate. The chatter stopped. Glasses froze mid-sip. "Mrs. Carter," one deputy said. She smirked. "Yes, you're served. Court order, temporary loss of custody. Your son is now solely in his father's care until further notice." Her face drained of color. Her wine glass fell, shattering on the concrete. The deputies didn't let her interrupt. They read the order aloud, ensuring every guest heard why she was losing her son. Her husband sputtered, "This is ridiculous." The deputy shut him down. "Sir, you're also under a restraining order. Stay 500 feet away from the child." The crowd gaped. Her perfect image crumbled in front of everyone. I wasn't there. I was home, flipping burgers with my son, smiling as my phone lit up with her frantic calls. Chapter 4. From custody to chaos. The next week, my ex-wife went from cocky to panicked. She hired a high-priced lawyer, thinking she could overturn the order. But every court date buried her deeper. I didn't just have the Disney footage. I had months of evidence. Missed school drop-offs, skipped doctor visits, times she left our son with random sitters for weekend getaways. Every text, every witness, every timestamp, I'd built an arsenal. Her lawyer started faltering in court. Her parents, once her staunch supporters, began questioning her. Then came the financial blow. With full custody, child support reversed. She now owed me. Living large with her new husband, she couldn't afford it. The court froze her accounts until she paid up. Her husband, realizing he was bankrolling her mess, began to unravel. Neighbors whispered about him storming out of their condo. Soon, they sold their fancy car, downsized to a cramped apartment, and she took a second job. I stayed quiet, no bragging, no posts. I let her stew, imagining me thriving with our son, every holiday, every bedtime story, every milestone, and she was right. I was. Chapter 5. The last strike in late December. As my son and I hung ornaments on our Christmas tree, my phone buzzed. It was my ex-wife's mother, a voice I hadn't heard in years. "We need to meet," she said, sounding shaken. I met them at a quiet cafe. Her parents looked exhausted, older. "We didn't know how bad it was," her father admitted. "She said you were a deadbeat. We believed her, but after Disney and everything else," He trailed off, ashamed. Her mother pushed an envelope toward me. For you and our grandson, we want to help. And we want to see him again. Inside was a check enough for a year of private school and more. They were done protecting her. That night, I sent my ex-wife one email. No anger, no taunts, just a scanned affidavit from her parents outlining her neglect in detail. Within a day, her lawyer dropped her. Within a week, she'd lost all credibility in court. Her husband. He left 2 weeks later, abandoning her with mounting debt, a shattered reputation, and no family support. The last time I saw her, she was alone in a rundown diner staring at a coffee cup like it was her last lifeline. I walked by with my son, hand in hand, without sparing her a glance. Revenge wasn't loud. It was living better without her. Epilogue, my son's truth *. Months later, we were at the mall picking out sneakers when a voice called out. "Hey!" It was her, hair tangled, clothes worn, forcing a weak smile. "Sweetie, I've missed you so much," she said to my son. He stiffened, not moving toward her. Instead, he looked her in the eye and said, "No, you didn't. If you did, you wouldn't have left me at Disney." Her face went pale. She tried to speak, but no words came. He turned to me. "Dad, can we leave? We've got better things to do." Pride swelled in my chest. We walked away, leaving her standing alone in the crowd, not just left behind, but erased. Sometimes the sharpest revenge isn't what you do. It's the strength you instill in your child. Was this justice deserved? Share your thoughts below. If you believe this was fair, like the story, pass it to someone who needs this fire and follow Lawrence Tales for more gripping stories of betrayal and retribution. Because here, every deception meets its consequence, and every betrayal casts a long shadow. Stay bold, stay fierce, and stay tuned.